Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shifa Safira, and this is my 13th video for literal reading class. Let me begin. Grammar instruction in communicative language teaching classroom. Student teacher's perception. The aim of this study was to find out the teacher and students' perception towards grammar instruction in communicative language teaching classroom. The participants of this study were two teachers and four students from an Islamic junior high school or madrasa. We use a case study method to conduct this research to identify teachers and students' perception in teaching and learning grammar instruction in communicative language teaching classroom. The data were collected by using interviews. The data were analyzed by using thematic analysis. The findings indicated that there were five indicators on student teachers perceptions. 1. Grammar was a crucial component in improving English skills. 2. Classroom activities to promote communicative activities in the classroom. 3. Error correction was seen as one of processes to create student in mastering materials. 4. Teaching grammar instruction in CLT classroom. Teachers act as motivator and facilitate all students' needs. 5. Students should take part of the process of learning. Introduction. Grammar is the language framework and system of meaning. Every language seems to have a grammar and persons speaking in similar language to communicate because they naturally understand the grammar structure, which is the rules of meaning. According to Badstone, 1994, language without grammar is going to be messy and it's harder to understand language without looking for this basic framework. So, grammar language will be impossible to learn actively without following structural rules, as cited in Ronald and Celia 2015. They found that grammar plays a very important role in the study of language. The purpose of grammar is to educate those who use English to express their thoughts properly both in speaking and writing. Research by Azar 2013 indicated that grammar is an essential and inseparable part in language teaching. So, teachers have tended to use communicative activities in teaching grammar instruction. And it is meaning that in teaching English as a foreigner language, it is necessary to consider not only how learners acquire grammatical competence, but also how they learn to communicate. This is how they develop communicate in competence. Literature review, the concept of communicating language teaching. Communicating language teaching or CLT is one of approach to language teaching. This approach was found from the awareness that language as a system for communication, not just a set of the rules. It switched the emphasis of traditional language teaching to grammar and teacher-centered classes to the active use of authentic language in learning and acquisition. CLT is an approach that emphasizes communicative ability. Richard, 2006. Furthermore, Richards, 2006, contends that CLT describe a set of general principles grounded in the notion of communicative competence as the goal of second and foreign language teaching. A new approach that has developed as our understanding of the process of second language learning has developed. From the definition above, it can be concluded that communicative language teaching or CLT is a language teaching that emphasizes interaction as concept of means and final aim of learning. Rule of the rule of students and Role of students, teacher, and grammar instruction in CLT. Communicative language teaching emphasizes on self-direction for students. Teachers no longer rely on activities that involve repetition, accuracy, and the memorization of sentence. They require students to communicate in context and communicate meaningfully in foreign language. As Oxford's 1990 proposes that this is important to active develop of a new language. Methodology, research design, participant, and local of the study. The study used in-street case study method as the way to collect the data. This study was this study was conducted in Islamic Junior High School in Palembang. We choose English teacher and student of the ninth grades at MTS and the second Palembang by using proposal sampling technique. The aim of the proposal sampling was to choose the individual that could provide the information rich and the most detailed information to help researchers answer the research question. And the conclusion is, based on the data analyzed by using thematic analysis, it was found teachers and students' perception towards grammar instruction in communicative language teaching. The first, teachers' perception in teaching grammar structure in communicative language teaching room. The teachers think that provide students will explicit explanation was an activate way to teach grammar instruction in CLT classroom. Second, in learning process, teacher using group and pair work was designed to promote communication in CLT classroom. 3. Teachers claim that in learning process error correction was one of the process students to mastering material. So, correcting mistake was an obligation for teachers. 4. Teachers perceive they should act as motivator in the teaching learning process and training students to take responsibility in develop their activities. 5. In teaching grammar instruction in CLT classrooms, students should not only mastering the theory but also practicing the theory. Maybe that's all for my video today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.